Acres.
I love the music.
To Greensboro.
Now stop.
No, we got H-Town's real hip-hop. All new 93.7 The Beat.
See y'all new 93.7 The Beat, H-Town's Red Hip Hop, home of the Breakfast Club. It's Ashley with 2 E's. I try to keep a limit of light-skinned people I bring up here, but I had to bring this one up here because I met you at... He's like, I'm considered light-skinned. I met you at Angelique's Lip Service, but y'all, welcome Carl Crawford in the building. What's up? What's happening?
Yep.
I saw, like I said, I think I formally met you at Lip Service. Yep. We were running around. I saw you from afar at Astroworld. Right. Obviously, you live in Houston. We bump into each other a lot. You going to Kanye's service on Sunday? Or nah?
No, I don't think I'm going to make it. I don't think I'm going to make it. I don't really go to church on Sundays like that anyway. Yeah. So, but I be watching his choirs on video,
yeah.
And they be jamming.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I don't know.
This ain't gonna be that though. He's not bringing the choir.
He's not bringing the choir.
It's just like a conversation.
I thought they said he gonna do something on the first day he gonna talk, and then like Sunday they supposed to perform or something like that.
Well, let me look into my archives because we
said, I was listening.
We were told by Def Jam that he was just talking, but we'll figure it out. Okay. But Carl Crawford, you are very well known to Houston people, industry people, sports fans. Just in case someone out there is living under a rock, can you give a little, introduction to yourself?
Yeah, my name is Carl Crawford. I played baseball for 15 years in the major leagues. I'm from Houston, Texas, right out of Fifth Ward, same neighborhood as Jay Prince. Mm-hmm. And after my baseball career was over with, I wanted to jump into the music, and here I am.
Yeah,
interviewing with you.
And here we are. Yeah. After hanging out at Lip Service, drinking Patron.
Yep.
What's that? So 1501 is your label. What's the significance behind that number?
1501 is the address where I was born at. It was the address where they brought me home from the hospital. So I wanted to kind of start from where I started at. I wanted to start over, begin like I made it one time from that. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to name it that and start again. Plus, I didn't want to ever forget where I came from. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. 1501. Every time y'all say 1501, it's a reminder to me of where I come from and what I went through to get to where I'm at now.
Yeah, I figured because of the house that's on the logo.
The house is the actual house I lived in. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to be authentic as possible. I just wanted to be as real as possible. You can check any hood checks, whatever you want to do, and it's right there. My relatives still stay in that house, and that was the thinking behind everything.
Yeah. The funny thing is, I've seen a lot of people pop up with these 1501 chains. So go down the roster? Who's all included right now?
Well, when I first signed, when I first got into the business, I had like 10 artists, and they all got chains, but none of those people are with the label anymore.
Yeah.
So now I had to get new chains, and now you see
new one.
Yeah, you see one of my artists, D-Raw.
Mm-hmm. That's the young guy, right?
She's the other rapper girl. Mm-hmm. She's out of Atlanta. We got to upgrade Rayleigh's. She got the old one still. Myself. I got a few DJs. And that's about it right now. You just gotta wait to give out the rest.
Yeah. So what's the in Houston though, like we really big on chains and jewelry.
The culture is you gotta have a chain as a rapper.
But who you go to? Who's your
who do I
is
go
it Johnny
to?
Dang? Who is it?
I go to Nick.
Iceman Nick, okay.
Iceman Nick, yeah, he been typing me up. He did this one right here with the baguettes.
Okay.
Yep. And he does all our jewelry right now, 1501.
Yeah. For everybody at home, that baguettes is a real rich talk. That's all I can say. That's real money right there.
It'll be something else by next year.
Yeah. So, knowing you from sports, why the move to the music business endeavor? Why was that your first move?
It's the old saying, athletes want to be entertainers and entertainers want to be athletes. I think that's true. We definitely coming from the culture of Houston where it's a big deal. I wanted to always be a part of it some type of way because I always just watched it from afar and admired just the things that come along with, with being in the business. So I knew I couldn't rap. or nothing like that.
You tried?
Nah, I ain't tried.
Oh,
I saw enough athletes fail
Yeah.
to know that I shouldn't take that pat. But being a music executive was something I thought I could probably pull off. So I knew a guy that was already in the business, so I knew about it, and I knew how hard it is to get in information about the industry because it's like a secret
Mm-hmm.
thing. Nobody wants to give out games. So linked up with a guy I knew, and then we started 15-on-1.
That's funny you bring that up about artists or athletes trying to be artists.
Yeah.
Because Damian Lillard right now, he's kind of going hard. Like,
I see it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, every time you see me rapping, but I'm just, at the end of the day, you know, nobody want to see that. You know, they want to see you playing basketball, you know, and that's just what it is. I don't care if you're the best rapper or whatever, man. They want to see you hooping. You know? And it's just wasting time doing it because, you know, it's really a real artist out there that you can, like, probably get behind or something, you know, and push those kind of people. But I get it, you know, it's a basketball and rapping goes together. It's the same type of swag, you know. You feel like you're a point guard on the mic and you point guard in person, you know. So I get it, but at the end of the day, you know, I think only Shaq pulled it off. And that's because he was like real playful. And,
don't bring up Shaq Diesel, dog.
But he like got
Yeah.
away with it. You know? He won album sales and stuff like that. So he about the only one that rep for him.
Yeah, my boss has played me this whatever the song is he had with Biggie. But I forgot what it's called. But I was like, this is not Shaq. They're like, yeah, it's Shaq.
What was Shaq?
Like,
What was that one song we had? The video. Man, it was
yeah.
Shaq something, but you know he's a character. He had the movie. I think was it on the soundtrack or something?
The Kazam.
I can't remember, but that's all I know.
Yeah.
Shaq tried to rap. Master P kind of was the only one who had a 10-day contract. You know he hooped and but he got back to rapping. You know you see it just always wanna mix for some reason.
Like 2 Chainz said, rapper go to the league, one or the other. Yeah.
2 Chainz went to the league.
No, he rapped, but was it? He played in college, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Dropping facts, dog.
Yeah,
So, for you to become, I guess, a music executive, who are some people you kind of modeled this by?
You know, coming into it, you know, we looked right at QC and P. Jay Prince, of course, is the founder of all this stuff, the South movement. So we always start right there. You had Cash Money and Baby, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Baby and Slim, you know, Master P and his movement. That's what we all grew up looking at, you know. So we had the model right there, and all those guys kind of did the same thing pretty much. So, you know, I always thought those was cool positions to play.
You've had obviously major success with Megan, Cash Shit, Big Ol' Freak, all that. She's not your first artist, correct?
No.
But for such breakout success she's had,
right,
and you being like kind of newer to the industry game, what has that kind of taught you in this whole whirlwind?
It just kind of taught me that things just happen really, really fast. You know, and if you don't have the proper relationship with the artist, you know what I'm saying, things can go bad, you know. So I've just learned to, like, expect the big things to happen, but also try to be ready for as, like, with your business-wise outside of the music. You know, just, have everything lined up right, you know, and just be prepared to just, it's up and down so much in this business. You up one day and you just down, and it's just be ready for a roller coaster ride. That's pretty much all I can say. It's a roller coaster ride.
Would you consider yourself, you act on emotions, or you more?
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I was an emotional player. You know, I brought the same type of thing into sports. All I did was apply the same type of work ethic I had into sports, into music. And so, yeah, you know, I'm a fiery type of person, especially when I feel like the job's not getting done.
Yeah.
Or we're not working as hard or something like that. And, you know, tempers can flare up.
What's your sign?
A Leo.
I don't know nothing about Leos.
You don't? What's
No,
your sign?
it's Gemini.
My brother's a Gemini. We best friends. Gemini,
Gemini men and Gemini women are very different, though.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
he is my little brother, so we got to get along regardless.
Some Gemini men are like Tupac, Biggie,
Yeah.
Kanye.
That's what I know. The Tupac one for sure. I didn't know Kanye was a Gemini.
Yeah, but he's a June one. We don't claim him. Like Donald Trump is one, but we don't claim him. Like he can go to the other side.
I feel the same way about Leos that's born in July. You know, they're not the same.
Who are some other like notable Leos you know?
The main one, Obama. What you mean?
I'm modeled by him.
I don't want to hear all this Virgo stuff with Michael Jackson and Beyonce. We got Obama. Enough said. Like they say, drop the mic.
So I can just say that about Tupac. Tupac and Biggie. Enough said.
Yeah, I guess so.
Drop the mic.
Yeah.
I told you before we got on there, I told you I do my thorough research before y'all come here. And I saw an interview you did with, I think, a podcast earlier. And you said that you have Megan signed for at least 4 albums.
Right.
That's a long time, you know, to be working around somebody. Like, whatever's going on between y'all, is that salvageable? Is that, like, reconcilable?
Business, you know, that's at the end of the day, we just keep business, you know. Like I'm saying, I haven't even spoken to her since she signed the Rock Nation, so it's no issue with me being around and nothing like that. You know, she still can work and, you know, I can develop artists and we can move on. You know, that's what I'm all about, just moving forward because, you know, at the end of the day, I know the work that I put into that situation, you know what I'm saying? And she understands what I did and, you know, I have to be rewarded for the risk I took early on, and that's just the nature of the business.
I figured because you were at Astroworld Fest and we was all back there, so
like so I just separated away. You know, they deem me the bad person, or they try to make me be the villain. That's cool, but you know, I'm gonna be the villain that you know still take care of business and get stuff done. You know, the right way.
It's still a bottom line.
Right, right is right, wrong is wrong. It's simple.
What are some things you're learning? Even dealing with your newer artists that goes into making a star, because I saw you said you sign people off of the feeling they give you, that it factor, but there's a lot afterwards.
Yeah, it's a lot afterwards. You know, I just look for potential. You know, and if I see potential, that means room to grow. I can work with it. You know, I can apply what I want to put into artists, meaning like work ethic, let them know like their look, their swag, stuff like that. You can kind of build them the way you want. You just need the talent and the potential to be there. And you know, I feel like I can deal with the rest. Yeah.
What does the 1501 development, like, rap camp look like?
You just coming to work every day.
Yeah.
You know, you coming to, you know, I try to tell my artists to do like 2 or 3 songs a day. Let's build up the catalog, get the work done, get out in the city, you know, mingle with people, network. When we go out to other cities, don't be afraid to, you know, Houston, we got a thing where we, you know, I ain't saying nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like stuck and don't want to say nothing. You know, we have to get out of that mode of just not want to network with people or say what's up. You know who this guy is standing next to you. Just say hi. Y'all both artists, you know, and that's what, you know, I'm trying to do to where they understand the importance of networking and just moving around and not just depending on your social media just to, you know, to blow you up. Even though that's important. You know, but we just try to use everything. I try to apply everything, even going out to the club and stuff like that. You know, you don't have to buy a section every time you go. Just go stand next to the DJ. You know, get a relationship. You know, the relationships are everything. You know, and I had to learn that too as well. That the relationships are more than money in this business.
Yes.
A lot of people like to come and spend, and I get it because you want to get in and you want to get known. But once that money gone, or you know, you don't want to just for them to spend your record one day and then, you know,
and then it goes away.
And then the next day there's nothing. So, you know, we want to get in a situation where it can last in 3 months and they still playing your stuff because, you know, they genuinely mess with you or whatever, you know. So that's what I try to preach to everybody.
So you teaching them the physical, get out and actually shake someone's hand and look people in the face.
That's how Obama won.
Oh God, back to Obama now.
Because he went back to an old trick, man. He started knocking on all the doors. You know, when the social media thing was taking over, you know, everybody was depending on that. He just did an old school thing where he just rode in the neighborhoods and knocked on every door. And, you know, he won. And so kind of take that same approach here where we just want to try to outwork everybody.
Yeah. Do you have them going to like all the events, like?
Yeah, we try to, anything that's available that we can get them on, we try to get them on, you know.
Do you keep them in Houston or you guys go out national?
Well, right now we just go back and forth to Atlanta, you know. We might go to Dallas a little bit, but for right now we just getting them, you know, getting them engraved in that Atlanta market because we think that's important, and then we kind of let it grow from there.
I saw you with Scream. Shout out Scream, our heart family. I'm glad you brought up the environment, kind of people in Houston, because they do they get egotistical sometimes. But for you to want to do 1501 and have it really kind of based in Houston is like a step above, because everything's going on in LA, New York, Atlanta. But what are some of the barriers you've seen that are kind of keeping Houston artists in their own way? Because we have so much talent here.
I think we just need to learn to trust each other. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, for example, you know, it's all about. See, to me, it seems like it's a real selfish environment where this person want to try to beat this person. It's a competition amongst ourselves. We have to understand how important our culture is to everybody. So, for me, I just think that oh Lord, I lost where I was at. Sorry.
No, you good.
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
What's keeping some Houston artists from reaching their potential? Like,
oh yeah, well, that's what I was about to say. So, for example, I came to Houston. I tried to sign every hot artist that was here. You know what I'm saying? Anyone you can name, you was buzzing. They all just told me no for some reason. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to deal with me. I don't know why, if it was an authenticity problem or whatever the problem was, they didn't want to deal with me. And that's the type of mind frame that I was trying to come break. I think we need to get out of. You got to trust people more, you know, and just kind of give a person a chance that actually trying to help you. You know, you got to think, if I had every person that I tried to get that they told me was buzzing right now, I mean, we'll probably be further along than where we are right now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I just honestly saying that because I understood that I came into this with a plan to help out the city, and I just got declined. You know, it was rough.
But you didn't give up. You know,
I didn't give up. I just started with a crew of people that probably, you know, wasn't ready for that type of life or that superstardom. So when they look like, oh, you're not picking. Cool. Look at the talent he's got. You know what I'm saying? When that type of talk was going on, you know, I'm saying, shit, this is what I have to start with because I'm finna start, you know, and I'm gonna get going. I just, the main people just didn't want to deal with me for whatever reason, you know.
But you just kept building the roster.
Just kept building the roster and just kept going because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I'm trying to get somewhere. I saw a vision, you know, I understood that our culture is like mocked around the world all the time, you know. So my thought was, okay, if I can put Houston in a bottle and sell it to the rest of the world, you know, we might as well get the benefits from
credit
it like
for it,
everybody else do. You know, you take little pieces, what everybody do, they take little pieces of our culture and they make it huge.
Yeah.
And it seemed like we never can do it, you know. So I took that on as a challenge to just be like, man, let me find the next hot thing in Houston, because one thing I do know is once you make Houston like it, everybody around the world gonna like it, you know, and that's just the way it is, you know, and that's what happened with Megan. Yeah. You know, she repping H-Town, saying the stuff that everybody familiar with, everybody know, hey, man, come on, now we got, everybody love us. So, you know, I just feel like that's just Houston.
Yeah. I spoke to, like, Megan and Maxo about, so like Maxo, Megan, Travis, you could take Lizzo because she from here.
I met Lizzo. I told her we love her too in Houston. You know? Yeah, they
are all on the commercial rise, you know, and it's all happening at one moment. And obviously Houston has had several moments in the past, but this is like a recurring,
like real huge moment, like commercial. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, he's not from here, but you add Drake in there. It just seems
he might as well be from here. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It feel like it. So, yeah, we definitely on the rise. And me watching from afar while I was in baseball, I you know, people think I'm the crazy, but I just saw it. I don't know why, but I just knew. I always consider Houston as like the Longhorns or somebody. You know, they down now, but at some point they're gonna be ranked number 1 in the country again. You know, it's just the way it go. So I always was like, man, I wish I could just be a part of the next wave that's going to come, you know, because for me it was with Swishahouse, you know, Beyonce and them always right there. So nothing was really just going big, and I'm saying, man, I'm just watching from baseball, like it's going to come at some point. The wave is going to like bust in Houston again, you just don't know. And so when I retired, it was just that it hadn't came yet. So it was like the perfect thing for me to get because I felt like it was coming, you know. When I came home and looked at Houston, I just saw just a gold mine. Yeah. In my mind. You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow, don't nobody want this, you know. I need to grab it quick. You know, I want the whole city, you know. I just want to you know, I wanna just be on top of it all.
Yeah.
Because I know it's getting into it now. I can see the headaches of why, and plus, it just costs a lot of money. So, you know, I can see why the drop was kind of there. Nobody probably really wanted to get into it like you really want to get into it because it costs a lot. But you know, I knew with the resources that I was bringing, and I was just real confident about, you know, bringing the city back to the light.
Move forward, yeah.
Mm.
What is, even if not you, just any other music exec or an A&R or whatever, what is some advice you can give to artists who really are on their grind? They just haven't got that moment yet.
All I can just, only thing I can tell you is just to keep going. You know, that's the advice I was getting a lot. Keep going, don't stop. You know, just keep on going. Don't care what happened. You know, I was getting stories of like Master P. Like you didn't know Master P had 20 duds before
Yeah.
Body came. You see what I'm saying? So stories like that will keep me going. You'll be like, he did? Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking I'm in that same position, you know, so, you know, and pretty much everybody goes through it where you trying to just get that one song. All I knew is that I needed one song, you know what I'm saying? So we doing all this recording, and all I hear is, y'all just need one. Y'all just, you know what I'm saying? And we finally got the one, and, you know, here it is. And so I just tell them to keep going, keep grinding, don't stop. Basically, that's the most important thing, is keep grinding. You know, for those who don't have as much money, you can still do stuff on the internet or daily stuff. Like, it's a lot of free stuff you can do, too, to help yourself out. So just keep doing it.
It's called YouTube, dog.
Yeah.
SoundCloud.
Yeah.
You said you found most of your people off it, like Instagram and stuff,
yeah,
right?
I found all of them on Instagram. Like I say, I actually found Megan on Malaya page. You remember the girl Malaya? Yeah, she posted her, and I just happened to see it there one day, and you know, like we went after like soon as that moment hit. You know, that's how quick it was.
Yeah. How big are collaborations do you feel to your success? Because I had Stunner for Vegas was up here like a month ago, and he was at PV's homecoming, and he said he was going to see you, and I was like, what the fuck this nigga not doing, bro? Like, I know y'all have a lot of artists through there, right?
We just like to keep the relationships open right there.
Yeah.
I think he gonna be a cool. My thing was, I reached out to Baby when he was at that point, and I didn't. He actually reached out and told me to reach out to his people. Now I didn't never reach out to the Baby, so I'm like, man, I don't want to do this again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure I'm in this time.
Yeah.
You know, so I try to like see all the little people that's rising before they get to that stardom, and I like to work with them then. You know, because they one easier to work with and cheaper too.